Welcome back, guys. Today I thought I'd take a look at Bodhi Linux. Now, Bodhi is a little bit unusual. It has the Moksha desktop, and it's a little bit different than what you might be used to. Now, this is the Bodhi 3.2.1. It is still based on Ubuntu 14.04. This new release that came out within the last day or two is really for bug fixes. Um, and so it has not been updated to the Ubuntu 16.04. I imagine that will happen at some point. Now, if you click on Bodhi Linux About Bodhi, it doesn't really give you a lot of information. It's just a scrolling list of names of people who are involved with Bodhi and who have been involved in the past. No information on any specs. Um, It's probably something that I would take a look at if I was involved in Bodhi. I would put all of the specs, the nuts and bolts, the kernel, the Ubuntu version, all of the information related to Bodhi before I keep scrolling this list of names. It just keeps scrolling and scrolling. There's really no additional information to be found there. Now, if you look in the bottom right, there's a clock, there's a shutdown, there is a desktops, three of them, volume, and Wi-Fi. Now, I did install my Nvidia drivers; those installed without a problem. There is no mechanism to install proprietary drivers as there is in most other Ubuntu distributions. I couldn't find anything, so basically I had to install Synaptic and then do a search for Nvidia and pick the driver that I wanted to install from Synaptic. It's fairly simple if you know what you're doing. If you're new to Linux, you probably would struggle. You wouldn't know where to look. There is nothing labeled drivers in the menu. The menu is a little bit different. Starting at the top, applications all broken down by category. Now, I installed Nvidia, as I said. I installed Shotwell. ePhoto comes standard. All of the standard or the default um, software packages are fine, but you'll probably want to install some other ones to augment the default programs. I installed Chromium. Midori is the default. For sound and video, I installed Clementine, GUVCView, Kazam. Now, OBS is available from the Bodhi Linux app uh, configuration program. So, and I'll go through that in a minute, but that's unusual. That's not normally the case. So kudos to Bodhi for making OBS available. I installed OpenShot SM Player and XBMC. Kodi was not available through the command line. Let's see. For Office, a WPS was available on the in the App Store. I installed Synaptic, as I mentioned. And now here's the Bodhi App Center. Now, as you can see, the software is broken down by category. If you go under multimedia, you will see open broadcast. Very nice. It's got a good representation within each category, so it makes it easier to install. So that is a plus for Bodhi. They have gone ahead and made certain programs available through their App Center. Now let's see. For system tools, you've got what's called EEP Data, but it is the basically the Ubuntu update program, which I've already run. So this is up to date as far as 1404. Now, the Moksha, this menu system is a little bit different, as I said. This is the way it's configured out of the box. You've got applications, places, that's all your file locations. Run everything. I'm not exactly sure what that means, and I haven't taken the time to explore it. But if you're interested in Bodhi, once you install it, you have a lot of exploring to do. Um, you can take a screenshot, which I have used, and it works fine. Then, as I said, About Bodhi doesn't give you any information about Bodhi. It gives you information about the people who are involved with Bodhi. There is a quick start, and basically this is a kind of a tutorial connecting to the internet, installing software. It's got an explanation of all of the features, and it is something that if you're going to try Bodhi, I would recommend that you spend some time here taking a look at all of this, because Moksha is different than what you are probably used to within Linux, and it takes some getting used to, and it may contain a lot of interesting and useful um, applications or utilities that I may not touch on in this video. So again, that's the quick start from the Moksha menu. Okay, so Moksha, there is a little bit about it. There's about the theme. You can restart and exit. And for settings, there is a settings panel. There are modes, presentation, and offline. Then you've got something called gadgets, modules, and shelves. Now I've never seen that before, so it's probably unique to Bodhi, and that will require some investigation on your part also. Themes, there is a default theme. It's kind of a gray theme. Um, so you might want to change that. And since it does conform to normal Ubuntu standards, you more than likely can just add theming or add themes to your theme and icon folders and change that. And then you've got wallpaper. Now for all, this breaks down all of your settings. So I'm going to show you this briefly, but then let's go to the settings panel. You can see in the settings panel there are all the categories along the top, and then it breaks it down. So you can tweak the heck out of this. I mean, there is so much that's available to you to configure that if you like doing that, then you may be able to get this tweaked just the way you like it. And this could be your daily driver. I mean, it is a stable distribution. It's based on Ubuntu 14.04. I'm sure it'll upgrade later to 16.04. And so it is unique. And if this look and feel appeals to you, give it a try. Download it, install it, and see if it's something that you would like to be involved in. You can see in under the Advanced tab, Signal Bindings, Syscon, Performance, Engine, Power Management, Search Directories, Configuration Panel, Environment Variables. There's lots to be tweaked here, and so you might want to download it just for the sake of learning something new. Okay, so let's see. And then for system, you've got lock, log out, suspend, hibernate, reboot, and power off. Just the typical. So guys, that is Bodhi Linux. It's unusual. It might be something that you would like to take a deeper look at. I only touched on the basics. If you are interested, download it, install it, take a look at all of the variables, all of the ins and outs. It might be something that you like. It might be something that you'd like to use on a daily basis. So that is it for Bodhi Linux, guys. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Take care.